friends, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, and it was about time to show you an easy, quick eggless vanilla cupcake recipe. I did have a recipe on my YouTube channel earlier, but I realized that I really needed to simplify the process, and I also wanted to work on the texture, make it more soft and spongy as you can see in this video. And I'm super happy to report that you are going to get access to the most delicious cupcakes ever. They are eggless and super fluffy. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is combine milk and yogurt together. Now this idea came to me when I was working on my no yeast magic dough recipe. I was experimenting with it and accidentally I dropped some baking soda and baking powder into this milk and yogurt mix, and lo and behold, few minutes later it was bubbling and fizzy, and that actually gave me an idea, and I decided to use that for my cupcakes. And before you know it, I had the most amazing vanilla eggless cupcakes. So here, as you saw, we whisked our yogurt and milk together, and then after whisking it, I have added the baking soda and baking powder, and again I'm going to whisk it until it's nice, smooth, homogeneous, almost velvety looking. Almost immediately after you add it, it will start to kind of foam a bit. But we're going to keep it aside, and while that's working its magic, we're going to start sifting our dry ingredients, which right now basically is just all-purpose flour and some castor sugar. Now all the ingredient details, quantities, they're all down in the description box below and also on my website. So once I've added all of the dry ingredients, I'm going to sift them, and sifting ensures that you don't have too many crazy lumps in your batter. You just want it to be a nice homogeneous mix, and it also adds some lightness to your cake batter, which is perfect. Now after we have sifted this, I'm just going to lightly give it a whisk. Again, I want to remind you, these cupcakes guys take less than 10 minutes to put together. Also, do not forget to preheat your oven at this point to 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just going to combine this, and now I'm going to add some room temperature softened butter. Now what I love about this new and improved eggless vanilla cupcake recipe is that it doesn't use too many ingredients. It has no cornstarch, and the butter that we are mixing into our dry ingredients, you actually don't even need electric beaters. As you can see, I'm just using a tiny baby whisk here, and if you don't have a whisk, you could also use your fingertips and rub the butter into the dry ingredients until this mix starts to resemble sand or breadcrumbs like you can see right now. You just want to ensure that all of the dry ingredients are coated in the butter. So just whisk it or just use your fingers to combine until that stage. And this is the fizzy reaction that I'm talking to you about. This is the reaction that got a light bulb moment going on for me. So this starts to foam and get all bubbly, and it simplifies the process, so you don't have to do the vinegar and baking soda step. It really cuts down on the steps really. So this is a very simplified version. Now you add that liquid mix into your dry ingredients, and then of course, because these are vanilla cupcakes, I've added a splash of vanilla extract, and now I'm just going to use my spatula and fold the dry into the wet, making sure that there are no dry bits of the flour sugar butter mix that we made earlier. We should not see any dry ingredients like you see right now. Those dry bits need to be completely mixed with the wet ingredients, and you will notice that once you have used your spatula and gone around this cake batter, it is still slightly lumpy. And what I like to do at this point is just use my whisk and count to 30 seconds in my head and just rigorously whisk it. Doing that is not going to affect the texture of your cupcakes. Of course, if you do it for 4 or 5 minutes, then certainly your cupcakes will be dense, but just count to 30 seconds in your head, or set a timer on the phone, or just basically keep an eye out for the consistency of the cake batter. As soon as it starts to smoothen out like this, it needs to look nice and velvety and silky. That's when you know that your cake batter is ready. Do not overmix. The minute you see that it's nice and silky like this, just stop. It takes about 30 seconds. Now use your spatula again and combine, just combine. Don't work the dough, don't do anything. Just go around the sides and bring the dough together, and that is it. That is your vanilla cupcake batter ready. It is eggless, uses only a handful of ingredients, and it is so easy to make this. I'm going to fill these cupcakes in a cupcake mold which has been fit with cupcake liners. I get 9 cupcakes out of this. If you don't have an ice cream scoop, fill it with spoons up to half of the cake liner, because these cupcakes will rise a bit. Tap it against the surface and bake them in the oven for about 25 minutes, or until a knife or a skewer inserted in the center emerges clean. Then let them cool down completely, and look how soft and fluffy and gorgeous these eggless vanilla cupcakes are. I mean, just look how they spring right back up. These have got to be the fluffiest, but I cannot wait. I have to immediately show you what they look like on the inside. Just look at the texture. They're so incredibly soft. Now you could just have them as they are, but what I like to do is obviously make them look really pretty. So I'm going to use my boiled milk buttercream frosting and just pipe a beautiful swirl of sky-high frosting over my vanilla cupcakes. I'm also working on an upgraded version of this boiled milk buttercream frosting, which I have earlier showed you. This is going to be much more simpler. It will answer all of your questions, and I'll be uploading that on YouTube extremely super soon. Now once you have piped the frosting, just sprinkle it with some sprinkles, make it look nice and pretty, and there you go, my cupcakes are ready. If you are enjoying this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Look at my cupcakes. They are ready, and we are going to dive right in. I want to show you what they look like on the inside. So I'm going to take the wrapper off, lift the cupcake, and you can see how stable the structure is. It doesn't break apart in your hands, it doesn't crumble. It's nice and soft and fluffy, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's nice, and the crumb is super soft and tender, and it just melts in your mouth. It's light and fluffy and airy, and all the good things that an eggless vanilla cupcake should be. And it's fuss free, super easy to make, and I really hope you make these at home. They couldn't be simpler, and you are going to love them. If you enjoyed this recipe, then give this video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you again next time. Until then, goodbye and happy baking.